This is the 2025 Porsche 718 Cayman GTS. Is it the ultimate mid-engine beast? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're back at Porsche Shreveport and we're going to go over the particulars on this 718 and give you the details. If you want to know more about this particular model and maybe come in and buy it at Porsche Shreveport, check out the link down in the description of the video. And even if you're not that Porsche enthusiast, when you look at this car, you're going to know that it's a Porsche. Very classic body lines. It looks as racy and capable as it is, but a lot of practical functionality going on here as well, besides basically being a street legal race car. Full LED lighting with LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and the LED turn signal indicators. Here on the front end, we're going to have a little over 5 cubic feet worth of cargo capacity. There's a few different ways you can open the front trunk. As you can see what I did right there, you can do that. Actually, a reasonable amount of space in there. Nice to have about a total of 15 cubic feet. 5 here, about 10 in the rear. We'll take a look at that shortly. And yes, I am going to gently close that down. You'll see your sensors right there, so you know you're going to have some great safety features all over this vehicle to help you out getting down the road safely. We're going to have our 20-inch wheels. The red brake calipers really set things off. The performance braking system is going to be here. That goes without saying. Very important to have because of the capabilities of this rear-wheel drive Porsche. And you'll have your cross-drilled rotors. When you see a vent, yes, it's going to be active. It doesn't matter where it is on the car. All of them will be active. We're going to have our power adjustable side view mirrors. And one more detail about the side view mirrors. When you push this button, you will find that they are also going to be power folding. And here is your remote. We'll turn around and take advantage of the Louisiana sunshine to show off the looks of the remote and the functionality. You're going to have lock, unlock. You can pop your front trunk open right there. You can also pop the rear trunk open, which I'm going to do right here to show you the remaining cargo capacity. Now, the only downside to this car is that I can't show you the engine, but I can sure tell you all about it. For those of you that are anti-turbocharger, this is a great option for you. It's going to have the 4-liter naturally aspirated flat 6 that puts out 394 horsepower and 317 pounds-feet of torque. Now, it will come with a 6-speed manual transmission. You can also opt for the automatic version, which is a 7-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission. 0 to 60 will come in about 3.8 seconds, and you're looking at a top speed of 179 miles per hour. The gas tank size is going to be 16.9 gallons in capacity, and your estimated MPGs, 21 city, 24 highway, 19 combined, and that's going to vary depending on, well, quite a few different things, especially the weight of your right foot. The interior is what I would call somewhat minimalistic when compared to a lot of other vehicles out there. For those of you that are looking for pure performance and not the most technology, this is definitely something for you to consider. You're going to actually put your remote in right here to start the vehicle up. You can control everything with your lighting here. You have your turn signal control right here, your turn signal stalk that allows you to turn your blinkers on and off, which I promise isn't hard to use. Everything for cruise control is right here. Now, you do have a manually adjustable steering wheel. It is tilt and telescopically adjustable, as you can see. And over here on the driver's side door, you already saw some of the controls, everything for your side view mirrors right there, your windows, and then you have your seat memory, only on the driver's side, but I don't think that's too big of a deal. A little bit of carbon fiber, we're going to find that throughout the interior, and our steering wheel mounted controls. Pretty easy to see what is here, but we can go through some information depending on what we want to do over here on the right-hand side, and I'm just scrolling through, as you can see with the scroll wheel right there, and we'll go over here and show you everything else as far as your radio goes. You can turn the volume up and down, and a few different ways to feel a little more involved in driving with this automatic transmission. You have your paddle shifters here, or you can bring the shifter back to drive, as you can see, and you can see the M right there, the plus and the minus. Move the shifter over and you can gear up and gear down just like that. In fact, we'll go ahead and go into reverse and show you your backup camera. So you're going to have that there for those that are wondering. And like I said, a fairly minimalistic amount of technology here, try and give you a good view without the glare. Not a lot here, but depending on what you want to know with the vehicle, you can go right there and do that. You do have some one-touch buttons right here that you can use if you need to, depending on what you want to bring up on the screen. We can bring a few more things up just to run through and show you what all is here. Now, you will wirelessly pair your smartphone. You can do that. That's easy to deal with. Dual zone climate control is right here. There's how you're going to control the fan speed. I don't want to turn up that up too high. The only thing I wish was here that isn't would be ventilated seats. Now, I know when you're out on the track, yeah, you're going to turn the air conditioner off, but it is nice to have that here. Stay nice and comfortable when you are driving out on the road, and you can see everything that you can control here as far as adjusting the suspension right there. Turn traction control on and off. Now, we can also raise the rear spoiler right there just by pushing that button. When it's highlighted in red, or has the red light on, I should say, that means that the rear spoiler is going to be up. And this is how it's going to look when it is in the up position. And in case you're wondering, there are a couple of other ways to open the front and rear cargo areas via these buttons right here. Your power parking brake is located here. When I gave you the exhaust note earlier, I had pushed this button. That's why it sounded so good. Just like that, and we can turn the auto stop start off right there. And how about your driving modes? Well, a couple of things to talk about with your drive mode selector. Here's what we're going to have. You're going to start off in normal. You can go over here to sport. You can also go to sport plus or individual. Now, the one thing I do wish was different here is, let's just do this. I'm just going to show you how this works. I'm going to put it in sport plus, and then I'm going to turn the ignition off. We're going to pull the remote out, let everything reset, and then we're going to restart the 718 because I wanted to show you that it's going to go back to normal. You can see that I just turned the dial right there, and that allowed it to go into sport mode. That means it started in normal. So I'd love to have it stay in whatever mode it's in when you turn the ignition off. And one more really exciting thing right here. When I push that button, here's what comes up. Sport response. It gives you all of the power and extra burst for 20 seconds. When you're cruising down the road and you want to have a little bit of fun past a slower moving vehicle, whatever it is, whether you're on the road or on the track. Be careful on the road, by the way, don't go too crazy. But when you're on the track, that would really be fun to surprise somebody who may not know what you have. And we can see our analog gauges right here. I love the fact that you have 200 miles per hour right there on the speedometer. Pretty cool to say the very least. The driver and the passenger seats are power adjustable. You can also bring the thigh extension out right here. Let's see if I can reach over here and do that. It's a good thing about a small interior is that I can show you some of these things a little bit easier than I might be able to otherwise. Personally, I like to keep that as far back as possible. Just a little bit more comfortable for me. We also have the practical use of the glove box. And there may not be a lot of space here, but there is your center console. And you can see the USB port right there. And by the way, in case you're wondering about how many USB ports are here, here is USB port number 2. All right, here we go on the test drive. The most enjoyable part of driving a vehicle like this is the test drive. I'm just gonna let you listen. Needless to say, that is a lot of fun. The exhaust note is so much fun to listen to. It just makes it more enjoyable to drive, gives you that ultimate driving experience. Yeah, that is fun. I can't say enough about that. Superb handling. You only have seating for 2 people here, but I've had other people in videos I've done on Porsche Boxsters who have told me that they daily drive their Boxster. And Any of you watching the video that daily drive your 718? I'm very curious about that. I bet there's somebody out there who does. It is possible to do. Obviously, you won't be able to carry too much around, but it depends on your situation. Now, you do have some practical usage here, obviously, with the cargo capacity with the front and rear trunks. If you need to make a quick run to the grocery store, you can pick a few things up and talk about a quick run to the grocery store. That's definitely it. The steering, very precise, responsive, easy to manage brake and gas pedal. You have superb braking when you need it. There's really not much more to say here. For those of you that are looking for something that is very minimalistic, as I mentioned earlier in the video, this is definitely it. Not an overload of technology here. So if you're looking for something that kind of gives you a bit of an old school feel, well, this is definitely a car that will fill the bill where that is concerned. Now, it may not have the smoothest ride quality around, but that depends a little bit on how things are set up as far as the shocks go, all that kind of stuff. But one way or another, it's not going to have the smoothest ride quality. I don't think anybody is going to care where that is concerned. Now, the driver and the passenger seats being adjustable, you have the adjustable steering wheel. Most people should be able to adjust everything to where they're comfortable. Now, I'm sure there are some of you that are tall enough to where you probably would have a hard time fitting in here. I'm 5'10". I have absolutely no trouble. A lot of adjustability built in here. Whether you're around 6 feet tall or maybe around 5 feet tall, not a big deal. And being that this has such minimal technology, you don't really have a lot that's going to be difficult to learn and use, so that's going to be helpful where that is concerned. The seat definitely hugs my body. Very good bolstering. So depending on your size, you may or may not find these seats to be comfortable or not, even though it does, I fit snugly in there, although I could lose some midsection, so it could probably be better. It's just being honest about that. One way or another, this is a very well-rounded vehicle that provides the ability to check off, I'd say, every single box when it comes to having fun. There it is, the 2025 Porsche 718 Cayman GTS. At the very least, I'd say it's in the top 3 as far as the ultimate high-performance sports cars out there that you can buy that offers a spectacular driving experience that very few cars offer. I'd like to say a special thanks to my friends at Porsche Shreveport for loaning me this 718 for the day so I could tell you all about it, and a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. Please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and make sure to share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. If you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.